If Cable is ready, would invite you to stand and join us in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Durante's absent, excused. Folks?
Present.
Rappaport?
Present.
Richards?
Present.
Sharp?
Present.
Spizak?
Here.
Stachow?
Present.
Hornbuckle?
Present.
We have a quorum.
Approval of minutes.
So move. Second.
A motion by Commissioner Spizak, second by Commissioner Rappaport. Roll call, please.
Roll call vote to approve the May 5th meeting minutes. Folks?
Yes.
Rappaport?
Yes.
Richards?
Yes.
Sharp?
Yes.
Spizak?
Yes.
Stachow?
Yes.
Hornbuckle?
Yes.
Minutes are approved.
Thank you. At this time of our meeting, if there's anything that is not on our agenda that you'd like to bring forth, this would be the time to do that. I see that we can move right into our case tonight, which is a public hearing for case 1481B, special land use approval for proposed child daycare center. Mr. Ayu.
Thank you, Chairman. The property is located at the southeast corner of Ford Road and Parent Street. It comprises of about 26,000 square feet and is zoned CB1. That's our low-intensity commercial business district. The site is currently developed with an office building, which has been vacant for a couple of years. I'll show you what that building looks like. Today, the petitioner proposes to relocate her existing child daycare center to the existing building. The existing daycare center, Little Treasures Daycare, is located in the city of Wayne. The center will initially open with 45 students in 4 different rooms based on age ranges. And she is bringing all 13 of her teachers along with her, I believe, including the students, with hopes of expanding in the future. The building is about 5,000 square feet, and the daycare operation will utilize about 2,200 square feet. The remaining square footage will make up common areas and office space for the daycare operation. The building does include a kitchen to be used for food prep and food service. And the hours of operation for the daycare will be Monday through Friday from 4:30 a.m. Until 11 p.m. I think I got those right. Okay, thank you. The site is accessed by a full-service driveway at Ford Road. You can see it from the picture there. It's approximately in this location here. And a curb cut previously existed at Parent Street, but was closed off and will remain closed. That's in this location here. The zoning ordinance requires a minimum of 21 off-street parking spaces for this site and this use. The site contains 27 off-street parking spaces and 2 drop-off spaces. So it's in compliance with the zoning ordinance relative to parking. The site contains screening and landscaping along the street sides and parking areas, screening both the residential to the south and the street and Parent Street and Ford Road in compliance with the zoning ordinance. In addition to the landscaping specifically, there's a masonry screening wall that again screens the residential property over here. There is a 1,200 square foot play area being proposed at the southwest corner of the site that is screened from the residential neighbors by that masonry wall that I just mentioned. The outdoor play area will also include screening by a fence that will be installed along the other sides, protecting it from the parking lot. As we discussed, and as I discussed with the applicant, let me pull this up over here. The play area should be relocated to this area just south of the building here to provide better protection, not only for the play area, but also to reduce any noise impact or nuisances that could be generated to the residential to the south. The applicant, I believe, is willing to do that. That just has to be adjusted on the site plan before it goes to city council, so that should be made as a condition of approval if you decide to approve. I think that's it. The administration and planning department are recommending approval of this petition, subject to the play area being relocated. I'd be happy to answer any questions, and I know the petitioner is in the audience today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Day. Would the petitioner like to come forward and introduce yourself?
Hello,
Hello.
I'm sorry, my name is Joanna Patillo Edwards.
Okay, have anything you wish to add?
No, I did speak with Mr. Moe, and I don't have an issue with moving the play area at all to the south side of the building. As we discussed, I contacted the fencing companies. They won't be able to come out until mid-fall because they're all booked up. And so as soon as I can get that information, then I can pull the permit to have them to install the fencing area on the south side, if approved.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else? All right, we're going to open it up to the commission. I know there's some questions with the commissioners, so anyone on the commission wish to speak? Commissioner Folks?
A simple, quick question. You're moving from Wayne,
Yes, I am.
and, you know, that's one of our sister cities, so I was wondering, did they do something to you? You
No,
just
they
want to
did-
move
They
into
did not. I've been at my current location for 6 years. I'm a previous school teacher and school counselor. And when COVID hit, we had to close down our infant room to take care of all of our school agers that were doing the virtual learning. And because I am a certified K-12 teacher, I decided to not return to the school district to make sure that these students were getting the best education possible and understanding what was required of them. And when closing down a classroom, it does make an impact on parents because now they had to find different places for their infants to go. And so I started looking for a much larger location and came across this location. So that was my only reason for looking to leave.
Very good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Any other comments? Come on, yes. Commissioner Richards, please.
Yes. Just have a couple of questions. Is the daycare set up for children with special needs?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And if so, okay, are the teachers trained to teach children with the special needs?
Yes, they are.
Okay. One more question. You say for the school agers 6 to 12, and normally I know they're in school, so this is like a latchkey thing?
Currently, Westland only have students in school 2 days. So I have 3 different schools in Westland. Some students go Monday and Tuesday, and then they're out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The other students just go Thursday and Friday, and they're out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Some of our parents in Romulus have decided to pull their students out permanently due to the high numbers of COVID cases that's been going through the school district. And every other week, they're shutting down those certain grade levels for 14 days due to COVID outbreaks. And so the parents were starting to get more and more frustrated because the kids will go to school on Monday and then be told, oh, you know, there was a person that came in contact with COVID in our classroom, so you have to keep your child out for 10 days. And so it was a lot of back and forth. And so the parents just decided to just pour their kids out. So they're with us.
So you follow
Full-time.
the public schools curriculum then, right?
Yes,
Okay, okay. And the teachers, they're there to help them with their homework and to tutor them, right?
yes. And then I make sure I monitor everything and oversee and look over everything, because I don't send any child home with homework.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Commissioner Stackhouse?
Yes, hi, good
Hello.
evening, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a question in regard to your drop-off area. Okay, now, with as many children as you're planning on having in the building, is there going to be a staggered time for drop-off? Or is this just one, like an 8 a.m. drop-off and then leaving? Because with the amount of children that we're having, or that you're planning on having, it seems as though you'd have a bit of a congestion there for a drop-off area.
So the latest our parents can drop off is by 9:30 a.m. So I don't have any parents dropping off after 9:30, because what it does is it interrupts the learning of the other children. So I let them know, we don't just babysit kids, we educate them. So the students all of our kids are being educated, those that are even not in school. So we have a curriculum in place for our 1.5-year-olds, our 3-year-olds, and then our school agers who are there learning as well. So the parents know by 8:30, if they want their kids to have breakfast in the morning, they need to drop off prior to 8:30 so that their kids can have a hot breakfast.
Okay. Now, what arrangements do you have for pickup?
So at pickup time, so currently right now, we did modify our time of closing. So we're not closing at 11 p.m. We've been closing like at 6:30 because we haven't had a big need for our late evening care due to COVID and everything. So at pickup time, typically our parents will come in and pick up anywhere around 3 o'clock to 6:30.
And is it going to be within that same area that that we see as a drop-off area?
Yes.
Is that the designated area you have for pickup as well?
Yes, and it's not, because our parking lot where we currently are, it's not as big as this parking lot is, and we typically may get 2-3 parents in around the same time at pickup, never more than 3 parents pick up at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, Commissioner Rappaport.
I had two topics.
Okay.
One I acquired during the study session, but, so your free services,
Yes.
you have a kitchen available. What, do you have to do anything special, like certify with, or do you get food inspected?
So-
How exactly does that work?
Okay, so with preparing meals, because we provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because we know a lot of our kids don't get dinner when they go home, so we make sure that dinner is prepared. So with environmental health comes out, they check the water, the temperature of the water, they inspect the stove that we're using, the refrigerators, the freezers. You have to have thermometers and everything. You have to have meat thermometers for all of your food. And then we can only buy certain types of food. So we can't buy like sugary cereal and things like that, the things that kids love the most. So they do come in and they do inspect that, and then state licensing pops in periodically. So once state licensing gives you your license, they're guaranteed to come out anytime between 1 to 2 times a year, just to see that you're doing and you're in compliance with everything, all the rules and regulations. So they're strict guidelines. Yes.
As a full-fledged restaurant?
You do. You have to have all your posters posted. You have to have meat handling gloves. You have to have the Clorox strips. So like if we make bleach water, when we clean, we have to be able to test that water and everything to make sure that it's not overpowered with a bleach chemical and things like that. So you have to follow those guidelines, otherwise you'll get written up. And no one wants to get written up by the state.
Not when they're dealing with people's kids.
No.
So the other issue I wanted to address with you, and before I go into this, I want to commend you. Your answers to our questions are very on point, and your presentation is very together. More than I've seen a lot of developers actually.
Why, thank you.
Come before us. But I want to take a moment, because in study session, we spent a lot of time discussing the possible traffic flow. And of course, we don't want to make a mistake on this, because we are talking about Ford Road.
Yes.
And at another location that's not a major artery, where there is, where a potential backup would only be a minor inconvenience. On Ford Road, it could be a hazard. So there was some discussion, and I don't know, maybe if after I pose the, open up the topic, our chairman would like to air his thoughts, because his thoughts were much more together than mine. He was thinking that there might be a better way to design your traffic flow around your parking lot.
Okay.
To facilitate not even having the possibility of a backup.
Okay.
He was concerned that there was going to be issues with your drop-off location, and if it were relocated to a different area, that it might actually have better flow. And unfortunately, I didn't pay close enough attention to his proposal, but I wanted to see if that would be maybe something that you would consider, if a good proposal could be presented to you.
Yes, I will consider it.
Okay, fantastic. Because once again, we are more concerned with the potential for a backup onto Ford Road, maybe even than we should be, but that's kind of our job.
I understand.
So, with that, I'll cede the floor over to the chairman if he wants to take it.
Certainly.
And maybe he can discuss his ideas with you.
Okay.
Well, we had a number of discussions in there, and at one time, we had talked about the drop-off to be in the back next to the play area, which would free up Ford Road, because with those two drop-offs right there, there's only room for another car, and the fourth car would be in Ford Road, and the third one would be crossing the sidewalk. So, Mr. Ayub had an excellent solution that if you look on, that's the plans up there, and if you had your people, now this would be something that you would have to educate your folks on.
Okay.
But if you come in that driveway and went around, maybe staying all the way to the east side, all the way to the back, Mr. Ayub, and then making the loop. So if you'd go up this east side, all the way back to where you normally had your play area, and then make a loop around, yeah, and then come back out. I think his arrows but then the drop-off spot could still stay in that spot, or it could go to the back by the play area, but that would completely free that up. And if people would come in, this would be up to you and your staff to have them educate to go follow this east side of behind the parking and make the loop on the south side of the parking lot, and then come Mr. Ayub, go all the way to the south side of the parking lot when you come up. Go up the east side all the way to the south, and then make your curve make your curve to the east or the west, and now come to the play area. So that would give a lot more chance for vehicles to be off the road by doing that.
Yes.
And you could have your drop-off there, or you could still have your drop-off by Ford Road. I don't believe would be an issue at that point, because you've already got the outside lane where people can make that loop,
Yes, that's not an issue at all.
okay?
And my parents are very compliant.
Right, and that
So-
would keep, we don't want any of your customers to be ticketed
Okay.
by our local police, because, and they will, and they should, as Mr. Rappaport said, if we block Ford Road, they won't be happy.
Correct.
So does that sound feasible to you?
Yes, it does.
All right. Mr. Ayub, does that sound agreeable with you?
Yes, it totally makes sense from
my perspective. What about the commission? Is everybody on board with that?
Yes.
Affirmative.
All right, well then, we can have a motion. One more question? Okay, sir. Yes, Mr. Hornbuckle.
Yeah, I just have one question. We were, focusing on the cars, coming in and out. My concern is about delivery trucks. Is this, will be feasible to get trucks in and out of that environment, location safely as well?
So typically, I don't have a lot of deliveries that come to the current daycare facility. If I order things from like Amazon or anything, I have all those things delivered to my home.
So what about the, you have a kitchen here, so I'm.
Yes, but I do all the grocery shopping myself. So we purchase all the food ourselves from Sam's Club and everything, so I don't have a company that comes in and brings anything.
And is that going to be the same once you double and grow?
Yes. Yes.
That's all I have.
Okay, motion's in order. Mr. Rappaport, Commissioner Rappaport?
I'll be happy to take this one. With the leave of the rest of the committee, at this time regarding case number 1481B, I'd like to move to close the public hearing, waive the normal rules, and send, once again, case number 1481B, special land use approval for proposed child daycare center at 35551 Ford Road, the south side of Ford Road between Parent and Wayne Road, to the city council with a recommendation for approval, conditioned upon play area relocation and a sufficient address of the traffic flow issues that were brought up at this meeting.
Motion by Commissioner Rappaport was, and supported by Commissioner Richards. Roll call, please.
I'm sorry, who supported?
Ruby?
Richards?
Okay, thank you. Roll call vote to approve case number 1481B with the conditions stated on the record. Folks,
Yes.
Rappaport,
Yes.
Richards, Sharp,
Yes.
Spezak,
Yes.
Stachow,
Yes.
Hornbuckle. Motion's approved.
We want to thank you,
I thank you all.
and to echo Commissioner Rappaport, your answers, you're very forward on everything, and we're very definitely looking for you to move your business to Westland.
Thank you.
And so, Mr. Ayub will make those changes before it goes to city council,
Okay,
and we thank you for looking at those changes to
not a problem.
keep from having a possible problem.
Yes, I'll trust and believe you won't have any problems or complaints from the daycare at all.
All right, well, thank you very much, and good
Thank
luck
you.
as you go before council.
Thank you.
Chairman Sharp,
Yes,
can I ask the petitioner a question?
absolutely.
Thank you. I do need the revised drawing showing the relocated play area no later than noon, Monday, June 7th,
Wow.
please, just so I can forward to city council.
Can you show me on your drawing exactly?
I'll show you in the morning.
Okay,
Is that okay?
yes, that's fine.
Okay,
And then
cool.
that way I can contact the
Okay.
architectural engineer
Okay.
and send him that information, and I
Okay.
can get that to you tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Welcome to Westland.
Thank you, thank you.
all.
Mr. Ayub, do you have anything else for us?
I do not, thank you, sir.
I want to thank everybody for their good words, and a motion is in order to adjourn.
Support.
A motion by Commissioner Spezak, supported by Commissioner
Yes.
Folks. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That was too loud.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's a pleasure.